Kielish ben Sair Umayr and Shameh L'kol Av L'kol Imay B'Yisro say. We all know the story of Ben Sair Umayr. A young son doesn't listen to his father and his mother. Like the Mishnah says, he already started stealing from his father and his mother, and they gave him hasra. They already warned him, and he doesn't listen. Then the end of the story, as we know, he gets capital punishment. They have to kill him with skila. Terrible punishment this boy gets. And the Mishnah and the Gemara in Sanhedrin discuss which conditions have to be met in order that this person should really be in Ben Sair Umayr, that he should really be deserving of the death sentence. According to one of the opinions in the Gemara, Ben Sair Umayr has to be Ein Shemel L'kol Aviv L'kol Imay, means the voice of his father, the voice of his mother, they have to be the same. And the Gemara continues and says that the parents' voices have to be exactly the same. The parents' height have to be exact; they have to be the same height. They have to look the same. Their facial features have to be similar one to the other, and then there can be a Ben Sair Umayr. Otherwise, not. And the Gemara makes such the Gemara comes to the conclusion that perhaps, according to this opinion, maybe there was never even a Ben Sair Umayr, and we have such an opinion in the Braisa that the Ben Sair Umayr never happened. It's so rare to have all these conditions be met, and in this situation, the son should be born. He should become a Ben Sair Umayr. So, according to the Braisa, according to one of the Shittas, the Gemara says maybe it's Rabbi Shimon that says that Ben Sair Umayr never was, never will be. So why does it say it in the Torah? We have to learn lessons. Drosh v'kabel schar. We have to darshan it. We have to get schar for learning it. But of course, we have to take the lessons that are within this parsha of Ben Sair Umayr. As we know, Rashi brings the previous two chapters of our parsha, the beginning of the parsha, beginning with Yifas Torah and then from the two wives, and this are all three connected. What does that mean? We know the story of the Yifas Torah. A soldier sees a woman who he likes, he desires her, he's allowed to take her home, she's mutter to him, and she has to fulfill certain conditions, sit and cry for 30 days before he's allowed to take her fully as a wife. But the point is that he's allowed to take her. The next story, person has two wives, one who he loves, one who he hates. The firstborn son, to his great dismay, it turns out to be the son of the hated wife. He wants all the privileges of the firstborn to go to the son of his beloved wife. Not allowed to do that. Why? Because the firstborn has certain privileges, and even though he was born from the wife that he doesn't like, he has the right to have all the rights of the firstborn. Second story. Third story is the Ben Sair Umayr. Rashi famously says that it's all one long story. The Torah is telling you, do not take this woman from the battlefield. She's not good for you. Even though the Torah allows it, but the Torah allows it reluctantly. It's not the right thing. And if you do take her, you know what's going to happen? Eventually you're going to hate her, and you're going to have a wife that you like and a wife that you don't like. And if you continue to stay with her, there's going to be a son born, and this son is going to be a son of Ben Sair Umayr. Chagai Preshel Shlita in his Sefer, B'chag Ve'esela, he makes an unbelievable and amazing insight. If you take these two Maimarei Chazal, the fact that the Mishnah says that the man and wife have to have the same voice, the same height, and the same facial features, and you put it together with what Rashi tells us here that it's one long story. It turns out that the future mother of the Ben Sair Umayr is that woman that you took from the battlefield. She looks exactly like you. She sounds like you. She's the same height. Can you imagine the soldier? He's fighting a war and he sees this woman who looks exactly like him. He starts talking to her. She sounds like him. They're the same height. What could be more perfect? A perfect match. Hashkacha pratis. He takes her home. And the Torah is telling him, whispering to him, don't take her. It's not going to happen. What do you mean don't take her? It's so perfect. It's so clear. The heavens are showing me that she is the one that's meant for me. No, the Torah says it's not the right thing to do. It's going to come out not good. And it turns out, the end of the story, in hindsight, he realizes how everything turned out. Similarly, says Rav Preshel, the Brisker Rav points out, in Parshas Chayei Sarah, when Eliezer presents Rivka to Yitzchak as his wife, she takes him into the tent of his mother, so it says, Oyel Sarah Imai, and then he marries her. Targum Onkelos adds a few words. He took her into the tent. He wanted to observe to see how she behaves. Is she a righteous woman like his mother Sarah? Once he realized it was Oyel Sarah, that her conduct and her behavior was as righteous as his mother Sarah, then he decided he would marry her. So imagine, says the Brisker Rav, Eliezer comes and he starts telling Yitzchak the whole story. You can't believe what happened. I came at Kfitz Saderech, I came quicker than I thought. I started saying in my head a prayer. I said a tefillah. If a girl will come and I will say, give me to drink, and she'll say, not only you, but I'll give your camels, then that's a good sign that she's the right. I didn't even finish my tefillah and this girl came out. I said, who are you? She said the same words that I thought. I said, who are you? Turns out she's your cousin. What could be more perfect shidduch? Yitzchak, stop. I don't care about your tefillas. I don't care about what you thought about hashgacha pratis and all the miracles and all the coincidences. Let's see, is she worthy of being the wife of Yitzchak or not? I have to see. If her conduct is like Sarah, then yes, then not. All the magical moments and all the magical coincidences in the world does not override what it says in the Torah. If the Torah says this is not a good idea, it's not a good idea, even if she looks exactly like you, even if she has what does the Torah say? Is she meant for you or is she not meant for you? Good Shabbos. Please don't forget to subscribe. You'll get the video every week by subscribing. Put a like. Thank you very much. Good Shabbos.